Welcome back to Fortune Cookies Tarot, and we are on day 4 of our Founding Fathers series. So we're looking into how the Founding Fathers are viewing from the great beyond the First Amendment and the Second Amendment, and with a modern scope. Also, we're gonna see what they think of the vice president and the president. So if it's your first time here, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the series. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. Repeat offenders, thank you so much for coming back. Having a great time with these little themed series every week. I hope you guys are enjoying them. There's a description down below that has a link to my scheduler if you want to get your own magical reading. More than happy to do them. I do them by Zoom, and we can sit and have a little conversation and talk about some crazy stuff like this. So thank you once again, everybody, for being here. So Thomas Jefferson. He's not my favorite historical figure. I'm sorry. I'll get mad at me for that. Just not my favorite. It's like I'm okay with them. Just not great. So it looks like I froze up a little, but my cards did not freeze up. So I'm making an ugly face. I can't get rid of mine because then my microphone will shut off, and I don't want to do that. So it'll kickstart in a few minutes. That's just internet being a little wonky. But so we're going to talk about First Amendment first. Jefferson, here we go. I got a great quote. Our liberty depends on the freedom of the press, and that cannot be limited without being lost. Unquote. So goes on to say Jefferson understood when it comes to expressing ourselves, whether it be in public or as a member of the media, we each have a right to speak without the government's permission. So I think that's a very interesting purview, if you will. So let's see what he thinks of the conditions that some of our celebrities and talking heads want to put onto the internet. So it's like he doesn't have enough data. He doesn't have enough information on it. The way that they were viewing the press was very different from what the internet is posing here. So it was a much more controllable beast than what we have now. It's like he's kind of overwhelmed by the size, the width, and the breadth of the internet. So he's like, this is not really what we had seen in our plans when we were crafting this document. So he doesn't love
worst thing I think about what he said.
So I don't know if this picked right back up where we left off, but I think it did. We had some technical difficulties. So back to Thomas Jefferson. He knows that this is a different animal. The internet is a very different animal, and that they need to uncouple themselves and really look back to restructuring everything. He kind of, as far as like the freedom of speech, First Amendment goes, it looks like he really wants to go back to the drawing board on this and add a lot more information, because it was just the press that he was focused on, and not the ability for individuals to just, add their own information to a database. So, that was kind of something that he had not anticipated. And he thinks that, the Constitution as it is not equipped to handle what's going on with the interwebs. So let's see what his advice is for that. I'm going to get a conversation. I'm sorry that the video stopped. I hope it wasn't too disruptive. I'll see it on the replay. I am like a one-take wonder over here. I don't produce my videos. I just do them in one take. That's why I cough and dogs are barking and Gregpedia is sneezing sometimes. Got one jump out. He has concerns about it, but not overly concerned. He thinks that the hubbub about it is a bit too much. Let's see what else he has to say. He thinks people are freaking out about the information that's put out there. And the things that they're intending are not for the greater good. Censorship, monitoring the information that people put on there, monitoring, screening what they're saying, pulling off tweets and posts and videos that don't go with the flow of the river of information. Let's put it that way. The worldwide wave. That's not very high-minded, and there needs to be a more balanced approach. So some watching, but he does not want people silenced. He's very off to the side on this, because he again does not have enough information, and the document was not prepared to handle something like this. It needs a more robust approach to have a solution for this. So let's move on to 2A. So I have two amazing quotes. Quote number 1: "No free man shall ever be debarred the use of arms." And that is in the first draft of the Constitution, 1776, of course. And this quote is January 30th, 1787. "I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery." So both of those very, very pointed statements. So I'm sorry. I'm still coughing from May. Still coughing. Still have a cough. Let's see what he thinks about 2A. With what's going on in the United States now. lot of conflict here. Lots of conflict. It is upsetting what is happening, but he does not want to tinker with the foundation of rules. He does not want to tinker with the rules that are in place. He's very much resistant to changing that, because changing those rules are going to eliminate this fundamental right. And as he sees it, that is going to disrupt the core and the foundation of what this country was supposed to be to him and to some of his other founding fathers. He thinks it would be very foolish to take that away. This is a very core element for him. The ability to organize against tyranny is incredibly important to him. We're pulling just a few extra. He wants the people to make sure that they maintain this, maintain that right, not get rid of it. Let's have a talk with him. Let's see what he's got. So nice to have my picture-in-picture moving now. This is not progress. He does not want to see this progress. Whereas with the First Amendment, he was a little bit more flexible on progress and meeting the future with some change. This one, he does not want to meet the future with change. He is steadfast on this one. He wants to keep it in place. It's perfect the way it is. He's not moving on it. He would be yelling about this one. You never know when that generous hand can come and bite you. And then we become a nation of slaves, and it's all over. Be very foolish to not look forward and make better plans and to push back against the establishment as needed when they are wrong and do not have the people of the country in their best interests at heart. So that went fast. Let's do what he thinks of the VP and the president. One, two. Ladies, gentlemen, here's our VP. Again, we have this reverse 10 of Pentacles. She's not a captain of ideas. She's not presenting ideas. He sees her more as a commercial for the position, for the presidency, commercial for the government. Sees her much more empty than any of the others so far. He also thinks she should just move on because she is not good for the country. She's not going to leave a good legacy. So what does he think of the president? He thinks that he was off to a good start. He thinks that he had the right ideas, maybe at the right time or almost the right time. But he doesn't have the support. The people that are around him are in conflict to what his actual agenda is. So I don't know if that means that the agenda that we see is not reality, but the agenda that is behind, he doesn't think that what's going on, what we see, is the actual agenda of the current president. He thinks it's more of the collective. There's a lot of pushback here. They're holding him back. They're stopping him from doing things, and it's for their own good. It's not. He knows he's not in charge. So that's just tarot reading, just my opinion. Doesn't have to be true. So that brings us to conclusion of video 4. And sorry about the technical difficulties. Tomorrow will be Alexander Hamilton. Yes, Alexander Hamilton. Yeah, I think so. But thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. In the link down below, there is a description of the video and also a link to book your own magical reading with me. So hopefully I will see you all soon. Have a great night and be sure to tune in tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow's video will not be as sloppy as this one.